Welcome back to Championship Court at the APP Sunmed Atlanta Metro Open. You're taking a live look at Hunter Johnson. He and his brother Yates are getting ready to play next in our men's doubles championship court action. Hunter has been through it in the last month or so. Chad, you talked about the injuries that start to plague players this late in the season. Hunter, a victim of that. He injured his back in Philadelphia. The first time he was able to play in men's doubles with his brother Yates again was just the last tournament in New Jersey.
I will tell you this, Hunter has looked extremely good since coming back from the back injury, because he was able to take a little bit of time off and recoup the body.
Because it's not just the back, it's what he obviously injured his back, but you're saying that time off definitely helped him as a whole.
Now we take a look at
Yates Johnson, his brother, none other than his twin brother. But Yates and Hunter looking to get back on top of that podium, and now we have Stefan Auvergne.
Stefan Auvergne, 34 years old, out of Austin, Texas, won the gold, as you can see, at the Chicago Open. He is paired up with Brendon Long, 33 years old. This is a duo we've seen a few times here on the APP Tour. What is it about their game that you guys look forward to seeing that they can maybe have some advantages over the Johnsons?
Well, again, lefty-righty, so middle's closed. Auvergne has a very big forehand that he loves to punish. The weakness on him used to be the backhand, but we did see him and Johnson Cola play very well in Chicago, come out with the gold medal.
After being knocked down in the first round.
Correct. They came all the way back, won 7 matches on the backside, all the way back, double dip to win gold on Championship Sunday. And Auvergne played really well. He really has gone to work, gone back to the drawing board with that backhand, and really works that dink well now. So what used to be a weakness is now turned into not a strength, but it's not somewhere where players can target as much as they used to. And then next to him, Brendon Long, very aggressive player. Again, going to look to his forehand. But if they go to the backhand dink of Brendon Long, he's going to carve that out and really be solid. So I believe the whole court is open here.
It's going to come down to if Brendon Long tries to do too much.
Correct. That's always the case with Brendon.
So it'll be Stefan Auvergne getting us started here in our men's doubles action. Game 1, best 2 out of 3 to 11. Let's get after it. Yates leaving that dink a little bit short.
1-0.
So a quick 1-0 lead here for Auvergne and Long.
That one's just a little too high there for Auvergne. That is probably the weaker of his shots, is that third shot drop. It's either really, really good or it sits up there like that. He will go to that drive a little bit more.
Attacking Yates in the transition area right there. Perfect spots.
But that's where Long needs to stay. He didn't try to get too big, didn't try to overpower it.
Good hands in the middle from Yates Johnson, but can't control it. And then Long ends up going right down the line backside.
1-0-1 for Brendon Long serve.
Ooh, that was a good setup there from Auvergne. Catches Yates Johnson in the transition coming up after that return. Oh, there's the breakdown of the back end.
Yep.
So the ball goes back to the side of the Johnson twins. If you've been watching the APP for long, you probably have your own ways of telling them apart. At the beginning of the season, it used to be Hunter wore white socks, Yates wore black socks. As you can see, that's not going to help you today. So if you're new, it's going to be Hunter wearing the arm sleeve. Exactly. Hunter's wearing the arm sleeve. You're taking a look at Yates, who just has the little black sweatband on his right wrist. 1-1-1 for Yates serve.
Yates going for just a little bit more on that serve.
Not one bit do I dislike that. That is a very aggressive serve. You're going to get more points off it than they are mistakes.
He does need to stop the feet there in that transition. Overruns that one. Just a medium pace ball by Long down to the feet of Yates Johnson. Ooh, that's pretty.
Nice flip down the sideline there from Hunter Johnson.
Auvergne sitting just a little too much forehand. Hunter, nice backhand change of direction.
Again, just good pressure there from Yates and Hunter Johnson, just keeping Long and Auvergne back.
1-1-1 for Hunter's serve. Little miscommunication there.
Long
in the
wasn't
middle.
even going for the ball. He just happened to be running across with his
paddle
with
up.
a paddle up.
Hey, his paddle was up. Good position. Can't fault him for that.
This game a little too much middle.
That spot right there from Auvergne.
And that's a newer shot for Auvergne.
It is. And watch him take something off it, though, right? Instead of trying to really power this through, he takes something off it, finds the center service line. Point. It was all over the place.
it was
chaotic.
It was
Yes.
a little chaotic there. For I think Yates did hit an out ball on that one there, but somehow Brendon Long was able to slide the body out of the way, take that one behind the right hip.
Gets the ball back on their side. Brendon Long with the serve. And that one, Hunter Johnson finds that middle spot on the court. Point of contention, as you like to call it, Chad, because it is where the most miscommunication happens in doubles.
Well, especially when you got a righty and a lefty with two forehands in the middle.
And again, right in the middle.
Yeah, and I like that ball from Brendon Long there. Hunter gets pulled out wide. That ball floats a little bit, and if Long tries to really punch that through, it's going to give Hunter a chance of getting a paddle on it. He takes more of a roll down to the feet.
Side out here. Hunter and Yates with the ball back on their side. Chance to take a lead here. Yates with the strong forehand into the middle. Auvergne sending it into the net, so it's 3-2. 3-2-1. Hunter with the speed up there, but Stefan Auvergne ready for it and then leaves that dink a little bit short. Can't get the friendly roll off the net. Pushes them to their second serve. Yates going for the lob, but not enough to get over the head of Brendon Long.
Yeah, you just have to go a little bit deeper there. Or a better spot is to go over the left shoulder of Long, so he has to hit a backhand overhead.
He goes right over the right shoulder, right to the forehand, just the wrong spot.
Brendon Long's going to punish anything on the forehand side.
Hunter's like, you know, left me out to dry there a little bit. So 2-3-2 on to their second serve are Auvergne and Long. It's going to be Brendon. Long with the serve.
This game just keeps inching along. It's like no one wants to take charge yet of this match.
What do you attribute that to, Dom?
Well, again, it's the difference of side-out scoring, and you don't get points when you are returning. And so, again, much easier to set things up when you are the receiving team. Return, get up to the kitchen, gain control. And you have all four of these gentlemen who take really good control of that kitchen line early on.
Yates Yates Johnson taking control of that point, finds the middle.
That was some excited screaming coming from our amateur events here under the covered area.
That's a great reach in there from Yates Johnson as he uses every inch of that reach, almost flamingo style as we like to call it, on one foot. Good hands there from Long off the tape from Yates Johnson.
So the largest lead of the day so far.
Huge 2-point lead here.
Huge 2-point lead here for the Johnson brothers. Good placement there. Stefan Auvergne finding the middle. Yates can't get his paddle all the way on it.
Well, not only has he learned to dink cross court, right, but he goes cross court, but then watch him, he fills back into the middle so that if a ball is popped up, he takes it out of the air and punishes it like he just did.
I would have liked to see Auvergne come up a little sooner there. Long came up, put pressure up at the kitchen line. Auvergne still back of that baseline, gets somewhat caught in the transition area and just left Long hung out to dry.
Speed up there from Brendon Long. Yates ready for it, but pushes the ball just a bit wide. Two-hand backhand.
Yates just a little late getting the paddle up there.
Ties us up again. 4-4-2. Brendon Long with the serve. And now it's going to be a lead there as the dink left short by Hunter. So 5-4 lead here for Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long. A 33-year-old out of Naples, Florida. Going to try and build on this for him and his partner.
Good communication from Brendon Long on that drop, too. As he hits this, he's talking to Auvergne going good, meaning he knows he got it good. He hit it well for Auvergne to crash a little harder.
Ball's just wide. I do like Hunter Johnson and being a little bit more aggressive on those drops, really committing to it. That ball's on the line.
Yeah, that ball, Auvergne was anticipating that ball going wide, but it drops right on the line there. Good pressure from Hunter Johnson.
We do have a little bit of a breeze here in Griffin, Georgia. Don't know that it's enough to make the ball move. Certainly not like we have seen in tournaments past, like in St. Louis. I remember that championship court. The wind's just swirling. But could have made a difference in how Auvergne thought the ball was going to land versus how it did. Regardless, it ties things up here on championship court. Men's doubles action at the APP Sunmed Atlanta Metro Open. Hunter Johnson with the serve, trying to take the lead here.
That's a good reach in there from Long. And he doesn't try to attack that back through the middle. He knows that Yates is going to slide to the right to try to clear some space, so he follows that movement. Goes right at the left hip.
And Yates has got to just stay on the ground right there. Have a solid base. Get a better block. But again, you're anticipating that speed up. Trying to clear your body.
A little unlucky there for Hunter. A good drop by Long, but it also catches the net cord. You see, just kick a little deeper on Hunter. Creates that ball to pop up.
So we have a timeout called on the court here. A tightly contested game one in our men's doubles action. The slight advantage currently at Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long, but Hunter and Yates Johnson, a duo that is no stranger to success here on the APP Tour. Dom, you've had a chance to break down some of what makes them such a great duo.
Yeah, and we talk about the aggressive serves from both Hunter and Yates Johnson. We'll get an example here of Yates Johnson. Big forehand serve, and then watch Hunter come in, and he doesn't crush that ball right there. But what it does is the big serve comes back into the transition area, and what it allows Hunter to do, is come in and get some top spin and create the block miss right there. And so again, using that serve to their advantage is something both Yates and Hunter Johnson do so well, and it's the depth of the serve too that creates that.
It's almost like they're getting a fifth shot for the third shot.
Correct.
Because we use that third shot drive to get that shorter ball. Now with that big serve, the return's coming shorter, so there's so many more options. And Hunter steps forward there, and there's that kind of uncertainty of, are they going to drop it? Are they going to drive it? What are they going to do? Our reaction time is less.
Yep. It caused that mistake right there off of just a 50% roll from Hunter Johnson off the big serve from brother Yates. Nice little backhand roll from Auvergne. And Chad, that's another one that we haven't seen much of that he's been working on, is that little flick backhand roll.
I was going to say Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long did take home a bronze medal here in the Atlanta Metro Open last year. So looking to better that medal color here and have built themselves a slight lead here in game one, which is pretty much the story, I think. There's not been a lead bigger than 2 points this entire first game. Tightly contested between two teams that desperate to stay out of that consolation bracket. The path to the gold medal match much easier if you can stay on the winner's side of the bracket.
That's two balls back-to-back that Long has been on. He's on that backhand right there, and the point before he was on that forehand. But, Chad, it's like you and I talked about before we started. If he gets too big and overly aggressive, he gets into trouble.
And he tries to rush that return there because he has to uncoil from the stack. Ooh.
Hunter frustrated with himself on that one.
Well, a little frustrated with the wind there as well.
Picked up immediately as he went to serve that ball.
Yeah. Got a good look at one of those little wind socket things across the court from us. So
a wind sock?
Wind sock, yeah.
Yeah.
Just
socket. Oh, there it is right there.
Right there.
That one, exactly.
That's
Great job
one.
by our camera operator showing you this. It's a great indication, and for much of this match, it has been sitting pretty still, but you can see it's pretty much horizontal right now, parallel to the ground. So the wind picking up here in Griffin, Georgia.
And a huge lead here for Auvergne and Long at 8-6.
2 points, watch out.
Huge lead.
I mean, in this game, it is.
It has been.
This is the biggest, this is ties, our biggest lead by either team the entire game.
Oh, nice pickup.
You see Hunter leans to the sideline right there, and he takes himself out of play. But it's because of Auvern's flick, right? He's trying to read it down the line. Watch this right here. And he leans the wrong way, and Yates has to cover in the middle, and now a 3-point lead for Auvergne and Long.
Biggest lead we've seen in this game one.
Gigantic.
Watch out. I mean, but it is the biggest lead we've had in this entire game one. It puts Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long just 2 points away from taking game one. Best 2 out of 3 to 11 here on this Saturday. Still on the winner's side of the bracket. And so Like I mentioned, it's a much easier path to the gold medal match if you can stay on this side of the bracket. If you drop to the consolation bracket, you tend to have to play quite a few more matches in order to get back to championship court.
Well, what I'm watching in the timeout here is the argument between Hunter and Yates in the corner right in front of us.
A little tension between the twins is what you're saying?
We get it all the time.
We get it all the time, and this is the point where they have to be careful that they don't start kind of chirping at each other, snapping at each other, because then the game kind of gets away from them.
And that is one of the... It's a double-edged sword playing with your twin, right? Because these two talk all the time about how oftentimes it feels like they're sharing the same brain. They know what the other one's going to do before they do it. But then when someone messes up, you feel like, I knew this was going that direction. Why didn't you?
Oh, no! Auvergne tried to absolutely destroy that ball.
I was ducking in the booth because I thought that ball was going to come off the bounce and in the booth. So mark that right there. 9-6-1. That put away gives them a game point. And yet they miss on serve 1 and serve 2, and now a side out for the Johnsons.
So an opportunity here for Yates and Hunter to dig into this 3-point lead. But instead, it's going to be Brendon Long with the put away.
And Yates and Hunter have made the switch the last 3 points. Yates is now on the left, Hunter on the right. But an excellent inside-out forehand cross-court dink there from Auvergne. Hunter not able to catch up to. Oh, it was in.
But then again, Hunter
And to finish.
But then again, Hunter leaning so far here to the sideline. Watch this. Watch the lean. He's trying to get to that two-handed backhand instead of just staying square.
Stay there,
playing
punch
the block.
it. And if it goes to the right shoulder, it's going out because it's a short court.
They're trying to counter on the first ball instead of block the first, then counter the second.
Auvergne and Long catching Yates on the uncoil.
Right now.
Definitely some frustration on the side of the Johnsons.
So it's a game point opportunity here for Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long. Long with a chance to win right here.
Oh, just missed it. Overhit it.
They both were turning around. They didn't even want it. Just had to hit it in the court.
nice pick up there from our microphones. And Brendon Long is exactly right. All he had to do was hit it in the court there. Had a completely wide open middle.
Instead, it's a side out. So 2 game points defended there by the Johnsons.
Yeah, missed opportunity there for Auvergne and Long.
Yates Johnson with the serve.
Ooh.
Brendon Long drills our cameraman on the sideline off his edge guard.
Also, how much shape on that Yates Johnson drive.
Yates with the change of direction.
So good. So easy right there from Yates. Watch him just push that ball to the sideline. If he tries to do too much with that, it's going wide or going long. Just pushes it to an open area.
And it looked like they were in, well, now I just say that, but that point, that 8th point that they just had, looked like the most in rhythm that we have seen them sort of working together in a minute in this first game.
Great spot there from Brendon Long. He goes right at the left shoulder of Yates Johnson. And Brendon Long, again, the court mic, perfect spot right next to his towel going, that one was going in too.
Yeah, Yates Johnson thought that one was probably going out, but Long didn't have enough on it to push it deep.
So instead, it is a game point opportunity, and they take advantage. Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long take game one against Hunter and Yates Johnson, 11-8. That was a tightly contested game one. Cannot wait to see what game two has in store. We'll be back from Atlanta in just a minute.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
Hey, Jake, we're gonna stay apart. You know, it's really scary.
Popcorn with no butter.
No, getting insurance. I mean, what if the jargon makes me feel alone and in the dark?
Hey, at State Farm, we're there for your what ifs.
Sorry. Is that seat taken?
Get on up here, buddy. Let's go. Let's go.
Most wanted? Yeah, for my cup of ale. I saw.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Sunmed. Premium hemp wellness for targeted relief and recovery, daily calm and relaxation, a better night's sleep, and brighter days. Discover modern wellness products for every part of your day and every step of your journey.
The APP is presented by Pro XR, C&D Nets, Discount Tire, and Sports Illustrated.
Welcome back to Atlanta. Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long take a tightly contested game one here in our men's doubles action on championship court. Hunter and Yates, the ones on your screen that you're taking a look at, they won silver in New Jersey at the last APP Tour stop, but going to have to get back in this here today in Griffin, Georgia. Best 2 out of 3 to 11. Moves on in the winner's bracket, and Yates with a strong start.
Just coming in hot right here. No regard for a dink at all. Third shot drive, fifth shot drive, seventh shot put away.
Maybe a little bit of frustration being taken out on the pickleball there. Gets them their first point, though. The around the post from
Who's there?
Brendon
It was.
Long. Not enough shape, though.
Well, he kind of
Brushed it.
decommitted to it right here. He slowed everything down.
Eye formation by Hunter and Yates Johnson, and Yates didn't know where to go. Just he throws his hands
Left,
up.
right? I don't know. Auvergne didn't get back behind that one soon enough, so he ended up hitting the drop as the weight was moving back.
So Brendon Long with the serve here. Both Yates and Hunter with the same motion of frustration.
They are so frustrated at each other right now, though. But they also clash paddles there. Again, another ball through the middle.
That one quite a bit long, and you can see both, or you could hear probably both Long and Auvergne telling the other one it was going that direction. Yates with the motion here that he hopes will remind himself to
not do
take
so
a little
much.
off of it next time.
Again, trying to just put an exclamation point on it instead of finding an open spot right there is Yates Johnson. Good setup by Hunter.
3-2-2 now for Brendon Long with the serve.
That's a better shot there from Yates Johnson. Still aggressive on the forehand side there, but doesn't take as big of a swing. Goes for a better spot. Brendon Long sitting a little bit too much on the forehand side.
So I wanted to ask you, Dom, obviously that first point that the Johnsons had, it was Yates' aggressiveness that worked out so well, got them the point, but then we saw him trying to do too much, and that's what cost them several points on that last serve. How do you as a player recognize that and adjust again?
Well, I talked with Yates a lot over the last week and a half and talking to him about using his paddle, letting his paddle do the work for him instead of him trying to overpower it. He's got all these new paddles. He has so much grit on them. Use it to your advantage. Don't try and do too much. Use the grit to your advantage on the paddle and hit through it instead of trying to hit so much power. When he does that, he's nasty. And on cue, big finish here from Yates on the attempted lob from Brendon Long. Again, that was pure defensive mode, stuck at the baseline. Perfect.
Just like that.
But perfect right there from Yates Johnson. The first one sets up the second, right? So it's the first speed up. Watch him go right at the body, gets the pop up, and then just it's an easy finish if you just stop trying to do so much.
Oh, that was all chest.
I heard it.
All chest, but a good sell there from Hunter Johnson. Runs around it like he's going to hit an aggressive inside-out cross-court ball, and then just a quick flick down the line right into Auvern's chest.
Oh, thud. See, what I'm liking here, too, that's 2 points out of maybe the last 4 or 5 that I've heard Hunter go, yeah, Yates. And so he's trying to pick him up and get back on the same page with his brother here.
And what's interesting is, again, if you're a fan of the APP Tour, the Johnson brothers, you've seen them play together quite a bit, but it is typically Hunter who's sort of the cooler and steadier one when he's playing with Yates.
Nice hands battle one. Good defense on the Ernie, though, from Hunter Johnson to the Ernie from Auvergne right here. But good hands from Long just to keep them in that point.
Well, the difference there as well is on the forehands. Didn't take a big backswing, but he extended out and through. So each time he extended, it got him back into that ready position, which allowed him to switch between forehand to backhand.
That time, Yates sends the response into the net, so it's going to be a side out here, but not before Hunter and Yates get themselves not just back into it, but with a lead here in game number 2, one that they must win if they want to force a decisive game 3.
There was never a full commitment by either of the Johnsons there to take that middle. Yates slid to the right to clear the backhand, and then Hunter kind of just stuck the paddle out there, never fully committed to the middle.
So it's going to be Brendon Long with an opportunity to tie things up here in game number 2. Auvergne coming all the way over to cover that. The forehand right at Yates. Good response, but then goes the way of Brendon Long and Stefan Auvergne, so tied yet again.
just missing right there.
But
Is
look at
Brendon Long. And
how straight his legs were. Legs were completely straight, standing up. So when you take that paddle across the body to the forehand side there, elbow comes behind the paddle, behind the body. So now that ball's already behind you when you're making contact. But you can't have that miss from Yates Johnson.
Unforced errors on the return of serve.
So 6-5-2 for Auvern's serve. Find themselves back in the lead here in game 2.
Wow, Brendon Long just moving the ball inside out and feeling it right now. I love the movement there from Long and a 2-point lead.
So a timeout called on the court by Hunter and Yates Johnson. These first game and a half, if you will, of this men's doubles match on championship court has been tightly contested, and so we've had a lot of back and forth. Let's take a look at our Vlasic firefight of the match.
Another excellent hands battle here in this one between the Johnson brothers and Auvergne. But good defense on the only attempt, and then Brendon Long stays extremely controlled there in the middle. Again, the extension coming through puts him back into that ready position each time. 2 forehands and then a backhand finish.
Well, Hunter can't believe he missed that reset either because he's in the good position. He's right there. He just hits it off the edge of the paddle. Can't reset it. Nice win.
So it is Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long who have the lead here in game 2. They took game 1 11-8. If they win this one, they move on to the winner's bracket final. Hunter and Yates Johnson, though, want to do their best to push us to a decisive game 3. But what is it going to take for Hunter and Yates to get this game 2?
Control.
And not argue with each other.
Yes. Control. Don't do too much. Let your paddle, let your athletic ability work for you. Instead of you working against it and trying to do too much and trying to be too big, just stay in it, stay in the point, don't do too much, set yourself up. Again, 2-point lead seems like a lot here. In all actuality, it isn't. Big side out here on this point for the Johnsons.
And they get it just like that out of the timeout. So a chance to get themselves back into this game number 2, 5-7-1 for Hunter serve.
Again.
The around the post, Brendon Long convinced it was in.
Made it. Tadler, referee Thomas Tadler overturns this one. Let's see if we can see if it catches the line.
Well, from here, we can't tell if it was long. It looked like it was on the line if it was the sideline, but can't tell if it was long or not.
So Yates called it out, and now there's some contention here about which referee actually can make that call in terms of overturning it. But it ends with Yates and Hunter being pushed onto their second serve. And Yates taking out all of his frustration on that one. We're going to take another look here at that around the post that Brendon Long hit.
Oh, that's on the line.
That's on the line.
And well ahead of the baseline.
Our biggest contention was as if it was long, and it definitely was not. It was a foot short.
Exactly. So it will be side out here for Brendon Long. And
the Johnson brothers still arguing with each other over that call.
So they do get 1 point back there, but it's now Auvergne and Long with a chance to build on this lead. 7-6-2, Auvergne with the serve. Hunter leaving that cross-court dink. Little short.
Another ball that slides through the court. just happened right there?
Huge miscommunication right there. Yates thinking Hunter's going to come over and taking that forehand. He doesn't, and then it goes right off the edge guard of E.H. Johnson. And now a commanding 9-6 lead here. And we've been here before, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're going to get a look here again at that replay.
It was a hesitation from Hunter, which, I mean, I would agree with Yates that Yates is coming forward on that one. Hunter needs to get big there in the middle and kind of counter that one, put it down, because that is a difficult shot for him to try to pick up on the backhand side while he's still moving.
The crowd filling in here in Griffin, Georgia. It's been a great crowd, and Dom, I know this is my first time getting a chance to call pickleball here in Griffin, but even I have noticed something that you have pointed out, which is just how great the volunteers are, the community really excited about pickleball here outside Atlanta.
The club here in Griffin has always been great. We've been here a few years now, and every time we come here, they're welcoming us with open arms, and it's a
good
great
old Southern
place.
hospitality.
It is. It's a great place to be. This is where I believe the Ken Herman Sweet Tea started here in Griffin,
running
Georgia.
Around with the trays of sweet tea.
Out. He is missed, but I believe Ken might be making an appearance tomorrow, coming back from Australia. He was out there.
Well,
the man is the world traveler.
There is nothing more Southern than sweet tea.
No, there isn't.
Oh, sweet tea and peaches.
Well, but that's specific to Georgia.
Well, where are we?
I know, but I'm saying Southern in general.
Yes, that
Sweet
is
tea.
true. That
Sweet
is
tea,
true.
That's across the great southeast.
You were going
of
to say
United States.
You were going to say the great state of something. But good catch. Oh,
he went
the inside-out forehand around the post.
Love it right there.
We've seen that a couple of times this year.
But this is his only shot. He couldn't get around it, but the ball was so far pushed to the sideline here from long. That's such an awesome around the post there from Johnson.
Just a quick flick there from Hunter. Needed to extend through that one a little bit more. I think he had Auvergne down the line.
Yates with a well-placed ball gets by Brendon Long, and so...
Well, that's an excellent 1-2 combination there. Yates goes forehand, then backhand side on Long. No time to react to it.
Chance to tie things up here for the Johnson brothers.
Ooh, I don't think Yates needs to stick his paddle in there.
No, it's still frustration from the Johnsons. Even though they do get back within one here.
Having a little conversation between the two of them of what they wanted to happen on that last point versus what actually happened. But the ball back on the side of Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long, along with the serve here, up 9-8 in game 2.
Wow, great hands from the Johnsons, just jamming up Auvergne and Long right there. I think Auvergne and Long weren't expecting a couple of those balls to come back.
Yeah, and that's where you get into trouble when you speed up and you don't expect it to come back. Then you call it late, and we saw Long late on that one. That's
really
a tough
important side out there for the Johnsons.
Absolutely, and it's a tough. You heard the out call there, but Brendon Long is hitting a ball that's right in his throat.
Can't get out of the way.
So another opportunity here for the Johnsons to tie things up in game number 2, trailing 8-9. A lob from Yates. Auvergne gets around it. But then Yates again with the put away. A little bit of the corner shot there.
Like the adjustment from Long right there. He did everything he could to defend the first one, right? But if he can't get enough on it, he's opened up on the backside.
And that's where if I would almost say, you know, on that counter, Long can't go behind himself to Yates. He has to keep that at Hunter, so then the next ball is going to go down the line where he's covering middle or Auvergne's still back. He tries to take that crossbody on Yates. He sits there, but that ball is also going to come back crossbody on Long, and there's just too much opening down the line behind him.
Yeah, the inside out with the block there is the shot, because then he can slide back. Auvergne can fill back into his spot, and then they're set.
So Auvergne and Long called a timeout here, championship court. The crowd treated to a really great men's doubles game in front of them right now, but we have fantastic action for you all day long. We open the day with women's doubles, and by the end of today, we will have our men's and women's doubles gold medal matches determined. So stick with us for all the action, coming to you live from the APP Sunmed Atlanta Metro Open. Right now, the Johnson brothers have tied things up at 9. It's the first time they've had an opportunity to take the lead since this second game was tied at 5-all. So really important here. Both teams sitting just 2 points away from winning this game. Must win by 2, of course. So Yates and Hunter with a really important opportunity here to not only take the lead, but ensure that Long and Auvergne don't score another point if they want to force a decisive game number 3. It's going to be Yates with the serve.
Oh, wow, Brendon Long just playing defense from out of bounds right there. Just right man, right spot.
Yeah, he goes for the fake Oni right here. And he's coming back, straddles the corner, nothing he can do.
Game point opportunity here. Yates Johnson with the serve. Hunter coming over to take that, and I believe it was Auvergne who then pushed it behind Hunter. So on to their second serve, another game point opportunity.
Yeah, and that was some frustration there from Yates with Hunter. You saw after Hunter stepped over and took that third, and then the ball goes behind. Yates turned and said, "That's mine, just let me take it." And then stands up a little too tall, overhits it, pushes that one straight into the net.
So a side out here, Brendon Long now with a chance to tie things up.
Oh, the big serve for Long. To his advantage, short return to transition. He just tries to overhit this ball. Big combo there from Brendon Long on the pull of the trigger for him, and then Auvergne comes in and cleans it up. Watch the first ball from Long. Auvergne's not missing that forehand anymore. He missed one.
He missed one at 9-6, game 1.
He missed it anymore.
So now we're tied up at 10-all.
Good eyes there from Auvergne. I mean, even right there, Yates Johnson got a little lucky with Brendon Long's forehand catching the net cord.
And a game point, match point opportunity here for Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long. You hear Hunter say, "Yeah, Yates, well done," because that one's sailing just a bit long.
Holy cow, that is a very gutsy leave right there, as that didn't go out by very much.
But out it went, and so it's a side out. Now it's Hunter and Yates with the ball back on their side. Opportunity to tie things
Long
up.
was trying to get out of the way.
Yep.
And they do.
But again, that's that center mass. You're sitting there with the paddle. You try to get out of the way, and as you turn, the paddle still stays.
Get that paddle down. It's just like when Chad was pitching and he'd buzz one at your head. You gotta drop the bat down so you don't foul it off.
You just gotta go flat back right there.
Yeah.
Game point opportunity here. Yates Johnson with the serve.
Oh, no.
Hunter ran through that one, tried to rush the drop. Long was coming out of the stack.
4th game point opportunity here for the Johnson brothers. But Auvergne and Long again defend it.
Just can't convert. 4th opportunity right there, missed. Can't leave this door open for Auvergne and Long as they've had 1 opportunity.
11-12-1 for Brendon Long serve. Hunter that time, you could just see him getting ready to punish it.
Yeah, and Auvergne knew he was in trouble there as well. Stretched out. Ooh, that is some lazy footwork right there. A little bit of the ball sliding as well. It got on him a little bit faster than he was expecting, but just didn't quite back away from that kitchen line enough.
So ties us up at 12-all. Auvergne doing a good job defending in the middle while Brendon Long all the way out of play.
What that helps, too, is that Auvergne's left-handed, right? So he's sitting there, and that's his forehand.
So the 3rd game point opportunity here for Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long. They can win this match with this serve.
Brendon Long overstretched right there. Tough ball to try to take back cross court.
So it's a side out, and my goodness, this is fun. Game 2, Yates and Hunter with the serve, chance to tie things up.
If anyone wants to know where we're going to be all day, we're going to be in Griffin, Georgia.
It's going to 32-30.
These lights are going on tonight for us. We're going to be here a
lot.
Oh,
the drop from Hunter Johnson. That's the 2nd aggressive forehand drop there, catching Long.
So 13-13-2, Hunter with the serve.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
That ball, again, just gets a little too close to the body. Hunter tries to push it out, inside-out forehand, cross-court. But because it's so close, then you push even more.
So it's a side out here.
This is a game to 11, guys. It's not 15. Just for everyone at home.
This is not the championship tiebreaker.
Nope.
This was supposed to go to 11, but it is win by 2. Which, honestly, we should have seen it coming because game 1, I don't think anybody led by more than 2 until Auvergne and Long won at 11-8.
It was 9-6, and then it was 11-8. And
yep,
so it
right.
had 2 3-point leads, which were huge. But now it's
a lot of ties.
Getting out of hand.
Shot at the winner's bracket final on the line, and everybody is fighting for their place in it. Auvergne and Long now with their 4th game and match point opportunity. Can they take advantage here? Stefan Auvergne with the serve.
No, the miscommunication in the middle again. I think if anything was going to sum it up for the loss for the Johnsons there was that final ball and the middle ball and the miscommunication throughout it.
So it is Stefan Auvergne and Brendon Long moving on in the winner's bracket. They have locked in their spot in the winner's bracket final, taking on Hunter and Yates Johnson. We will hear from them when we come back.
18 years from tonight, Grant Gill will become a legend. when he totally kills it at his improv class's graduation performance. Knees will be slapped. Suds will be sprayed. People won't know what hurts more, their cheeks or their sides. That's why he's already keeping himself in shape and razor sharp today with health tips and wellness tools from AARP to help make sure his health lives as long as he does. Because the younger you are, the more you need AARP.
From the Volpe family to yours. Fine cured meats we've been crafting since 1902. Our secrets are simple. Care comes from the time it takes to do things right. Character comes from the hard work and determination it takes to make it. Craft comes from the traditions passed down over 4 generations. Delicious doesn't need to be complicated. That's the Volpe way, where passion and love go into everything we do. From John and Armando and Lorenza and Diana. From our family to yours.
We started this mission in tennis about 5 years ago. We've been perfecting our craft and our tools. We now see a phenomenal opportunity to take all that and bring it into pickleball to support an emerging ecosystem that's booming. And it's a super complementary partnership for us with the experience and the existing events that are up and running, the recreational element of APP. It's a fantastic 1 + 1 is going to equal 4. So we're thrilled to be partnering with APP.
We take another look at match point for Brendon Long and Stefan Auvergne. Miscommunication there from the Johnson brothers in the middle. Gives Auvergne and Long the match. And they're moving on to the winners bracket final. Dominic Catalano is courtside with our winners.
All right, Stefan, first I'll start with you. That first game, no bigger lead than 3 in that. You guys had it at 9-6. What's going through your mind throughout that whole match as it was very tight?
I mean, I just want Brendon and I to keep the pressure up, stay being aggressive. I knew it wouldn't be easy and they wouldn't let us go on a run. So, yeah, just keep the pressure up.
And then, B, we always talk about balls in the net. You want to play aggressive, but you want to be smart. A couple in game 1. Looked like you fixed it in game 2, played a lot more clean. Is that something you guys talk about between games 1 and game 2?
I kind of was just looking at the numbers, and I think our highest percentage play is when I jump off the court for an Ernie and Stefan play singles. So I think I'm just going to keep doing that and play by the numbers.
Pretty safe right there, especially you get the big lefty in the middle. But Brendon Long, Stefan Auvergne moving on to the semifinals. We'll take a quick break. Next matchup here on Championship Court, men's pro doubles. Don't go anywhere.